The kettle whistled. I stepped into the kitchen, a faint smile ghosting across my face. Birthday morning, coffee waiting, routine. But the air was wrong, heavy, acrid, not the steam of boiling water. I froze. Her lips, his lips, pressed together with a familiarity that made my stomach clench and my vision sharpen. She didn't see me, not yet. I inhaled slowly, tasting betrayal before I even understood it. The world narrowed to that one image, her hand on his chest, his hand cupping her face. The intimacy I had trusted was a lie. I wanted to shout. I wanted to run, but my body stayed still. He turned. That's when I acted. The jaw, a single, precise motion. Bone met bone. He crumpled, a stunned animal. And she screamed. I stayed silent. Not out of fear. Not out of shame. Because I knew for months. The late nights. The unexplained calls. The faint scent of perfume that wasn't mine. Her smile when she thought I wouldn't notice. I had noticed everything. The betrayal wasn't sudden. It had been a slow poisoning of trust, drip by calculated drip. And yet, even knowing, seeing it like this, it was a gut punch. I studied them. Every twitch, every guilty glance, every half-hidden phone. They were sloppy, too comfortable, too sure. And that was my advantage. She tried to explain, her voice trembling. It's nothing, I didn't respond. Words weren't necessary. Her boss lay groaning on the cold tile. The truth had been physically introduced. I didn't rush. Calmness was my ally. The following days became a meticulous exercise in observation. I watched her laugh a little too long at texts, keep her phone angled away, close doors she never closed before. I traced her patterns, tracked her secret accounts, saved receipts she thought she had deleted. I didn't confront, I collected. Every detail was a thread, every lie a pattern. At night, I replayed everything, the little glances, the whispered phone calls, the way her perfume lingered long after she left a room. I dissected every memory, every gesture, with surgical precision. Externally, I was composed. Birthday candles, social greetings, polite smiles. But inside, a storm was building, cold and methodical. I was patience incarnate. I knew when the moment would arrive. The truth arrived quietly. A printout, a confirmation, evidence that matched everything I had suspected, predicted, and cataloged. I held it in my hand, feeling nothing but the slow burn of vindication. When she asked why I was staring at her that evening, I handed it to her without a word. Her hands shook. Her lips parted. How? You left a trail, I said, calm, almost clinical. Every detail, every lie. I just followed it. Her world fractured in an instant. The betrayal I had feared from her perspective became a weapon turned inward. I didn't yell. I didn't demand. I watched. Let her panic bloom. Watched her crumble under the weight of her own deception. The boss called again. I answered. The same calm, measured tone. She's not here. She's leaving. The fear in her eyes was quiet but sharp. I left the rest to gravity. Let the evidence, the truth, and the consequences do their work. No theatrics. No melodrama, just calculated exposure. Her betrayal, which she had cloaked in intimacy and secrecy, became her undoing. And I walked through the chaos with a measured stride. Weeks later, the apartment was silent. Her perfume gone. His calls stopped. I made coffee, sat at the table. The kettle whistled again. I thought of the morning, of the jaw, of the betrayal. There was no satisfaction. No relief, only clarity. Trust, once shattered, is a tool for manipulation. I had wielded it with precision. I had uncovered, exposed, and let consequence fall. She was gone. And I was left, not broken, not empty. I sipped my coffee. Cold, calculated, free. And for the first time in months, the kitchen was mine.